Hey guys, so today I'm going to be giving you a quick Q&A video where I'm going to be answering questions that have been left on my YouTube channel in the comments across a various amount of different videos. Question 1. Do you have to keep taking hormones for the rest of your life? Now, most transgender people do, if they get on hormones, take it for the rest of their life. But it is not necessary if you are not wanting to undergo sexual reassignment surgery, SRS. The main thing with hormone replacement therapy for most transgender people who don't want to be on it for their life is you need to be on it for medical reasons, being plastic surgery, like boob jobs. I personally will not be taking hormones for the rest of my life, and currently I'm actually off hormones due to lapse of insurance and it costing so much. I just kind of decided let's just cool down for a minute, take me off of it, and then I'll get back onto it again when I'm more well prepared financially for the burden of wanting to go and get a breast augmentation, which is my personal goal. Don't quote me on this, but I think this is going to be like that's the last step to my entire transition. So it's split. Some people want to take it forever, and if you get SRS, you need to take it because your body can't produce hormones on its own. It's all optional. Everything's optional in transition. It's not mandatory to do anything. You're not obligated to in any which way or form. Question number 2. How do you get a more feminine voice? Now, this question I get asked a lot too. Personally, I don't have the most feminine voice in the world. I don't hate my voice, but I know that when I'm out in public, people tend to look at me because it's a little more raspy than the typical girl. Getting a more feminine voice could be going to a voice coach and just practicing. A lot of people say that hormones will change your voice. Now, hormones make you feel more comfortable, which therefore can help lead to you feeling more comfortable with dropping your octaves, but it does not necessarily change the actual stuff inside. But some people do undergo surgery where they get their vocal cords messed with, and that can be a really scary surgery to go under because the danger of removing your ability to talk, period. This comment was made specifically on my kids reacting to transgender sister video, which is my little sister. They said, when she said, my little sister, that she's cool with / likes that her sibling is transgender because she wanted a sister anyways, would it bother you when people say things like that? I mean, when kids say it, it's cute. But if a trans person comes out as male to female, for example, and their mom says, I always wanted a daughter anyways. Does that help the transgender person feel better, or is it kind of awkward or even insulting? Obviously, their intentions are good, and each trans person probably has a different opinion or experience. But as far as you know, is there a general consensus in the transgender community? I'm just curious. Misadjusted, I believe that's who commented this. Starting with the first part, would it bother you when people say things like that? I personally do not mind it because obviously I know it, their intentions are good. So it's hard to get mad at someone that's trying. And I know how hard it is for people to recognize things like pronouns and your name and a bunch of other stuff. So honestly, it doesn't bother me personally, but as a general consensus, I know that lots of transgender people take offense to an array of things. I don't know if this specific statement of like, yay, I always wanted a daughter is necessarily something that would trigger or offend anyone in the transgender community. But I can definitely say that me personally, it does not affect me. And it did make me happy hearing my little sister be actually excited. Hi, Casey. My name is now Amanda. I am transgender for 3 years. Can you tell me how I can grow my own hair on my head because I have had great trouble with my ends and it just will not grow as long as everyone else's, including yours and my friends. Please help. So I also struggle with hair growth. Right now, this is my natural hair. So this length that you see here is all produced by my own body. But I've been growing out my hair for 5 years. 5 years of growing out my hair. And it was about this time of year that I decided to do that. Try not washing your hair all the time so your hair can produce its own oil and leave it on the hair. Make sure that you're trimming it not too frequently, but frequently. Meaning I go about 6 months without trimming my hair, which is in some people's opinion, too long. But since I don't straighten and curl my hair too frequently, I don't tend to have too many problems with dead ends. After 5 years, my hair should be longer than 12 inches long. Well, maybe it's 14 inches or something like that. Unfortunately, some people's hair just doesn't grow past a certain length. It just constantly breaks from some length. I can't tell you what length, but some people just have that problem. You can always go to hair extensions. I started wearing clip-in extensions when my hair was like, the front was like here. My hair was just barely at the nape of my neck. So you can go with them pretty short, but it will look iffy for a while. So maybe try wearing beanies with them or doing wigs if you want. I personally like the clip-in extensions. Tape-ins are okay. Next question. Do you think drag queens give the transgender community a bad stereotype since some people think they are the same thing? I think it would be very irritating if you're trying to pass unnoticed and a drag queen wants or draws attention to themselves in a negative way. First off, I have nothing against drag queens. I do not think it is a threat to the transgender community. I do think that people make the assumption because they don't want to believe people are transgender, so they'll call them a drag queen. But I don't think the drag queens give the transgender a bad stereotype. Now, stereotyping is labeling, and labeling is no good. And stereotypes are even worse because they're not just one label, they are a plethora of labels you're throwing on someone, and that's just not okay. Let the drag queens do what they want. Let the transgender people be who they are, and judge people person by person, not by a community, please. Sky asked, Casey, did you go full-time before or after you started HRT? I was full-time female 3 months, 4 months before I was on HRT. And I'm no longer on HRT, so I'm still full-time, no HRT. Leo asked, as someone who is new to cross-dressing, I find that some straight men are offensive, but some actually hit on me and offer money for sex. Is this common? I can make a whole video on this, you guys. I get messages every single day from, doesn't matter, every platform. Make it YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, all of it. People sending me inappropriate pictures. People saying they want things, saying they want to meet up. People just saying, hey, sexy, and sending me winky faces and hearts and calling me hun and babe before I even respond and sending me messages like, ugh. Anyways, the whole straight men being offended by transgender or cross-dressers is a thing. Unfortunately, it's not every straight man though, which is good. But getting hit on and asked for sex or sex favors is definitely something that a lot of transgender people experience. I was just watching, I think it's called The T Word. It's a documentary from MTV, and Laverne Cox hosts it. And one of the people said that they were in Chicago and they had gotten raped. And this young transgender woman went to the hospital and they were going to swab the inside of the female genitalia. She had to say that she was trans and it was anal rape. And the doctor instantly assumed, oh, are you sure it was rape? And that, first off, that's just sickening. The fact that a doctor, a medical professional, would say something like, are you sure that was rape to someone? As if she was challenging the fact that this man that she had proposed a sexual encounter with for money or something just ripped her off. That's just wrong. You can't just assume that someone's a sex worker. So is it common? Yes, it's common. It's more common in certain spots, especially hot spots like Chicago and New York and LA. Places like that will definitely have more so of that thing going around, but it happens everywhere. No one is obsolete. There is a huge fetish for the transgender community, and you just have to be careful. Everyone, please just be careful. And if you ever get into a sticky situation, make sure you can protect yourself, please. We all know the statistics are rising constantly, and we all need to have our guard up. Doesn't matter if you're with friends or not, we always have to be safe. Play it safe. Don't walk on the streets alone. Don't go out too late. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a big thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed. And if you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. I always take these comments and add them to this list, so you guys will always see your questions in a video. I can't tell you when, but I can tell you it'll be in one of these Q&A videos. If you guys are not following me on social media, please feel free to do so. I'll leave the handle somewhere on the screen. But until next time, guys, please be safe. Remember, you are beautiful. And until next time, bye guys.